Hello and welcome. It's Carnage. Today we're going to take a look at the Ramen Economical van REV02 from Ramen Toys. This is a 112 reproduction of the popular Ford Econoline van. I used to have one of those vans myself. I had a tan extended conversion van that I took my band out on the road. We went all the way over to Maine, all the way up into Alberta, Canada, all the way over to Los Angeles and down into Mexico, and that thing several times. So I have some experience with these Ford Econoline vans. And as soon as this went up for pre-order from Ramen, I decided to get in on this. I did buy the Ramen Racer, and I am just really tickled with it. It's like a HasLab, honestly. It really is a HasLab with the electronics and just the stellar build. I enjoy that every bit as much as I do my Hiss or my Dragonfly. This is a bit more of an economical offering. The price point was quite a bit less than the Ramen Racer. There's no electronics in this thing. There's no alternate pieces at all. No alternate tires, no alternate bumpers. That Ramen Racer did give us some alternate pieces, and definitely is worth the money in my opinion. And I feel like some of those bonuses aren't there with this guy, and that's why we were able to get this for $150 shipped. So let's go ahead and take a look. Obviously, the outside really looks very clean. We get into the inside here, and you know, if you do have that Ramen Racer, I think the first thing you'll notice is the dashboard is a lot less detailed than what we have with that Ramen Racer. Obviously, there's electronics in there. You have a dashboard that lights up. Here we basically have a sticker for the console, and I really like the gear shifts on the steering wheel. Really looks great. Pedals down there look great. The center console looks great. Everything is there. Let's look at the inside of those doors. Again, very nice. Not super detailed. No small parts that are going to break off of there, but it's fully functional. Looks really good. The floorboard there has the texturing on it, just like a real van. And these guys, the mirrors just pop on there. Those are really the only accessories in that box when you open it up. Just the two mirrors there. These are magnets that do pop off for the upgrades, which I didn't get. I think those upgrades really look good. What I don't like is that they cover up the window, and it's a little frustrating because your figure is completely obscured. He's protected in there, which is certainly what we want, but at the same time we want to be able to see him. And there you can see you got the armrests that do flip up. There you can see I just flipped one up. They flip up and down. It is a little bit tight in there, I gotta say. There was some critiques. Remember, somebody had Storm Shadow in there, and I guess it was Ace that put the picture up, and it looks a little tight, but as you'll see from my photos, there's still room. You know, if you want to really be realistic about these vans, then for a bigger guy, it's a little tight. But we'll get to that. I promise. We'll get to that. Got the side door that opens right up there. And man, there's so much room in here. And I think that is really, there's a different feel from the Ramen Racer. And I think it's because it's such a dense piece. This is a big open piece, and there's a lot of storage in this baby. You can definitely put Scrap Iron's drone in there. I bet you could probably easily fit 6 figures back in there. You may need to figure something out for your seating. And I was thinking of creating some sort of a mobile observation type setup with this thing, and maybe getting some equipment in the back that could be utilized in a sting operation, because I could see the Joes using this as much as I envision this being a van for the Dreadnoks or maybe even for the Crimson Guard. I can see the Joes also using this in some sort of undercover operation. Those lights look good. You get the light shining in there the right way, and they do look like they're actually on. There you go. So, you know, there's definitely some options with these lights, even though they do not have any electronics in them. At any rate, so there you see we got 4 doors. Let's go ahead and take a look at the top of this baby. You do have a sunroof up there. Gives you a pretty good look at the inside. I like that. That's a good detail. I don't think that pops out of there, at least not easily. Let's go ahead and take a look at those tires. We haven't really done that yet. They're pretty basic, but Econoline tires are pretty basic. You got 4 tires. I'm not sure what this is right here. I'm guessing that probably one of those add-ons probably attaches to that for those people who are going to be picking up those add-ons. All right, so let's go ahead and pop a couple figures in here and see how it looks. Okay, here we go. There is Buzzer in the driver's seat. As you can see there, he does have some clearance for his head. The top of his head is not rubbing on the top of the cabin there. It's tight, but he's in there. He's comfortable. If it was a figure that was much larger than him, may be some trouble getting him in there. It is tight. That's the reality of it. As long as you're not trying to use one of the bigger guys, I don't know. It would be interesting to see how that roadblock buck fits in there. Maybe we'll try that. But we know it's going to be tight. We know you ain't putting road pig in there. But it might be interesting to see if Naugahyde or Gung Ho can fit in there. I bet they can, but I bet it's pretty tight. But a normal size figure, no problem, really. If somebody tells you otherwise, it's because there's some accessory on their butt or their hip that's preventing them from getting in there, most likely, or they're just not trying hard enough. But it does fit. You know, the issue that I really had with the Ramen Racer is just that it's so difficult to get in there and pose your figures. It's really hard to get inside that thing, and it's really hard to get photos in there. But I think this one is a little bit easier. The sunroof certainly helps. I would think if you can pull that thing out of there. We'll see about that. I don't know. But I'm real happy with this thing. I'm excited to take some more photos with it and try to see what kind of uses I can come up with for the Joes to also use this van. It's a great piece to add to your collection for the price. You really can't go wrong. Mine arrived on Thursday. I feel like I was probably one of the earlier folks to get these, so be patient. If you got your label already made, you're probably, depending on when it was made, you're probably going to be expecting to get that in hand about 5 weeks after that shipping label is made up. And that label is made up ahead of time, so your toy is not sitting here in a warehouse stateside. It is probably on the water or maybe sitting at customs. So Ace is probably getting inundated with emails right now and messages, so just be patient. It's on the way, and they are really beautiful. So I'm going to give this a 9 of 10. I think the only criticisms that I would have is really the size. I wish it could have been made just a little bit bigger, and it's still kind of difficult to get in there and adjust these guys. It's certainly not as difficult as it is with the Ramen Racer, but I highly recommend adding this piece to your collection. Let's check out some photos. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you will subscribe. See you next time.